Hi everybody, Clark Smith here. I'm the winemaker for Winesmith, and today I'd like to talk about our newly released Santa Cruz Mountain Bates Ranch Grenache. The first vintage we made was 2014, and this one is just out of the chute. Santa Cruz Mountains is kind of known for the minerally character that we get from its limestone soils. This wine actually doesn't taste very good when it's young. It takes quite a while to come around. To 2014, I was really wondering about that wine when I first made it, and then by the time I got married in 2017, I decided to pour it at my wedding. And this one's even better, a little richer, very similar character. So I'll talk about what you can expect. I don't want to forget to mention that this is the brother of our 2017 sparkling Grenache we made off the same vineyard. We picked it a little bit earlier. It's a really wonderful Method Champenoise Brut Zero. So unlike in Champagne, we don't have to put sugar to cover up the acidity in our sparkling wines. You get a much longer finish. I've talked about this wine in another video, but this is the red brother to that stuff. Now, Grenache always is going to have some strawberries to it, but it varies quite a bit in location by location, just what you get. And I'm more interested in doing something more like what you'd find in the south of France, and so I'm looking for a little complexity like the garrigue, the dried herbs that you get there. And I found it in this vineyard, and we found out why. So anyway, you certainly have strawberry there, but there's much more. And in particular, there's an earthy character to this wine, and we found out what it was. In 2017, we discovered that in the vineyard are some little white flowers called tarweed, and they have a creosote on the stem that gets into the air and comes over and deposits on the wax cuticle of the grape. And if you rub that flower, you get the same sort of earthy smell here, which is very much like a Rhone wine earthiness, kind of a combination of garrigue and the microbiology that they have there. We get it from this plant, and that process of transferring aromas from the local plants to the grapes, which is part of the terroir or vineyard character, and we call it terroir. So anyway, there it is. Lots of fruit and this complexing earthiness. Wow. At first, when we made this wine, the tannins were pretty hard and it didn't have very much color. But we've learned that Grenache ages kind of backwards in terms of color. It gets darker as it gets older, and this has really got some very nice color to it now. Bursting with all kinds of red fruit, anywhere from strawberries to plums. Lots of mineral energy that we've grown to expect from this vineyard. And then that tarweed kind of comes off almost like a cocoa character, just an earthiness that makes it wonderful with porcinis, maybe a linguine with a gorgonzola sauce. Very rich wine. It's not a huge wine, but it's rich and extremely popular. I've never known anybody who didn't fall in love with this wine the first time they tasted it. Again, I think you can expect for this to improve in the cellar for at least 10 years if you have a good cellar.